What is up, guys? It is your girl Antoinette back with After Dark Reactions, and today I'm going to be bringing to you a very special video that I've wanted to do for a really long time, and that is react to the first episode of Glee. I am an OG Gleek, and I was 13 years old when the show first came out, and I remember doing so much for the show. I didn't have a lot of merch, but I do have this book that my sister recently just bought me. I didn't even know there was a Glee novel. But I was there every week since the beginning in 2009 when they were on Oprah. They were campaigning everywhere and doing mall tours and having a actual tour, and I was there for the whole Britannia campaign and all of that. And I haven't watched the first episode in a really long time, so that's what I wanted to do today, was watch the episode. I know recently that Naya passed, and so I've been getting back into Glee with listening to her songs from Glee and listening to the Glee cast in general. I never stopped really listening to them, but I feel like with Naya passing, I really appreciated what a show it was and what an impact it had on me and a lot of other people, and it's a big reason why I have a lot of the friends that I do. And so we're just gonna react to the first episode of Glee. I have not seen the first episode in a while. I've watched other episodes, but not the first episode, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, I don't even remember what the plot point of this was. Here we go. Quinn actually sang the song. Ooh. We love Sue Sylvester. How is he a Spanish teacher and he can barely speak Spanish? Okay. Did they really expect us to think that that tall ass man, Corey Monteith, was a teenager? Like, was that a joke? No disrespect to Corey Monteith, rest in peace. Out of all the people, I feel like there were a few cast members who just didn't look like high schoolers, and yet they were playing high schoolers. Why do shows do that? No, because didn't he get in trouble for that? But why did he just touch that boy? Like, Rachel wasn't exaggerating if he actually just, like, was getting a little handsy. I don't know. Okay. Cheerleaders are performers since forever. That's what they do. Go to competitions and perform. Miss, Emma. On her iPhone. Ooh. They were basically making fun of her being a germaphobe, but it's 2020 and COVID is out here. Maybe we all need to be like Miss Emma. Maybe that's what would have kept COVID away. No directions. I legit didn't know that's where that name came from. Period. 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 Mm-hmm. She would have been the lead just based off that. She really looks like a Dina right here. Well, how did these kids not get in trouble? He just got slushy all over the wall. Like, all over the wall. And on a person, like, how did they not get in trouble? Like, one teacher didn't see the problem with that. That's why I love fan fiction so much, and I write it myself for Glee. If you find my username for fan fiction for Glee, then yay. But it's kind of odd that they don't say anything, like, at all. Arresting him. It was so wrong. I mean, he was. Which I think is pretty amazing. My dad's we know. We're going to talk about this because I need to talk about it. Mercedes Jones, Amber Riley, had the best voice of Glee. I'm not discrediting Lea Michele's talent. I'm not saying Lea Michele is not talented. I'm saying that if they were going to win competitions and stuff, they would probably go with Rachel because she has more of like a Broadway sound and everything. But if they wanted to incorporate pop culture and they wanted to incorporate someone that could sing and do the notes and all that stuff, Mercedes would probably be the first choice in real life. And we all know why Lea Michele was the star of the show because Rachel was the star of the show. But at the same time, look at the material that Mercedes was giving us. Look at the talent that Mercedes was giving us. I should actually make a video on that on my other channel talking about ranking the Glee characters by voices. And Mercedes Jones is in the top 2 and she's not number 2. Okay. Look at them, they're so young. How did Quinn for Bray think that she was going to go to heaven being so rude and being so evil and saying stuff like that? Quinn for Bray was a Bible thumper. She was a part of the celibacy club. And she thought she was going to go to heaven? Please. Please. Okay. That was fabulous because when people sing like a note that you have to hold that long or like a high note like that, I always get nervous that they're going to break a little. And I'm always so scared for them. But she held her own. Leah Michelle is a talent. Like, yes. That's the line. Being a part of something special makes you special. And then I think his response was, it's special because you're a part of it. And I just always have loved that line. 13-year-old me ate that up. And I still, to this day, I feel like that's what makes Glee so meaningful for me because it did make us feel like there's a lot that we could get through with a little perseverance. And, you know, I'm getting emotional because, like, wow. It was a problematic show, as we can see. But also, I see the good in it, and I see why I still love it to this day, and I still see why so many people are obsessed, and I see why the younger generation is starting to watch it again. It's a classic. Yeah. Glee would not make it in today's society. It would be canceled for the simple fact that a lot of the jokes are offensive and a lot of people don't like that. Like, I understand that, you know, there's a lot going on and in 2020 that's not okay to say, but they're still kind of funny and they're supposed to be offensive. And I think that things that are supposed to be offensive in jest or in the sake of, what is that word? The sake of satire, I think those are funny. Like the racist jokes in Django were funny. I think when shows constantly do it to make it that you think, like, okay, they don't care about this population and they don't care that some of their jokes may be hurting these people, then that's when I have a problem, if that makes sense. Like, we like jokes for the sake of satire, and Ryan Murphy is a criminal for a lot of it. Still haven't forgiven him for the whole Diana thing. Let's get back into the show. Terry Shue is a MILF. That didn't look suspicious at all. This script, I would love to have read it like before the show was out and to have read the script and been at the first table read because this is comedy. I feel like this is comedy gold. Like, what happened to Jama Mays? Like, where is she? I haven't seen her in anything recently. She's like in the range, I feel like, with Jennifer Goodwin. I don't know if that's so accurate. I have no recollection of this scene whatsoever. That's weird for you to just keep approaching him while he's in the shower. Like, penitentiary, please. I think for me, that was my biggest fear leaving high school, was that high school would be like the epitome of, I don't think I'm using that word correctly, but that would be like the pinnacle of my life, like the greatest time. Like, high school is my glory years. They were not. Not for me. I don't think I've reached my actual glory years yet. I don't think I will have any, and if I don't, that's fine. If I do, that's fine. I just think there's a lot to live for in life that doesn't have to be pinpointed at like one time. There can be specific times where you really liked. And I would just really hope that high school was not it because there's so much life left to live. I'm not saying I wouldn't have tried the same thing. Diana Agron is beautiful. Do we know if Diana Agron likes the women's? Because I'm legal now. Like, when I was watching this show first, and I had a crush on Diana, I was not of age, but I'm legal now. Does she listen to Girl in Red? I honestly don't know what that means, but I hear a lot of people say it. But I remember there were also rumors about her dating Taylor Swift, which I can be on board with. I'm surprised if Shelby was working at Carmel, they would have seen her before then. I love that name, Vocal Adrenaline. They are really good, and I also, once again, have no recollection of this number. It's been a really long time since I've watched this first episode. She said Chris. Chris Crusaders. Why is that bothering me? He knew who he was in the world. How hard. There's not as many songs in this first episode as the other episodes, which is interesting. I'm getting emotional. I think they said this was the first scene they filmed. Some will lose. No, don't play the next episode. So, wow, that was the first episode of Glee. And honestly, it kind of makes me want to cry seeing Naya, seeing Corey there. It's kind of sad because they put their all into this show and they really put a lot into it to make it so that we felt something with it and that we took something away from it when we were watching it. And despite everything going on behind the scenes and like all of the cast feuds and Diana leaving and like everything with Mark and a lot of stuff that was going on. They really did make something special, and like this year has been really wild, and to see all of them smiling and happy in the show, of course they were playing characters, but to see them all there together is always going to hurt me. Know that Naya is not there, and every reunion we have there's going to be people missing, and I think for me, this was really nostalgic and it was really good to watch it again for the first time because shows do have a big impact on people and shows like this do have a big impact on people. And I feel like there's always room to learn as we get older. And I feel like Glee was a stepping stone to realizing a lot of things about myself that I didn't know, especially Santana's coming out story and how big of a character she was going to be in the show. And I remember my feelings with that episode. So if you guys want me to watch specific episodes from Glee, I would definitely go ahead and react to those for you since I don't really watch the show anymore. I've watched a couple episodes here and there, even though my family will say otherwise. I do watch a lot of the video clips on YouTube just because I love the music, and I really want to continue to react to things that were first of all meaningful for me, but things that I've never seen before. So if you guys have recommendations on what I should watch, whether it's more Korean dramas, whether it's more Glee, whether it's shows like Glee, horror movies, anything like that, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe here, and go ahead and click the link in my description box to like my channel and subscribe to my channel that I usually upload to regularly about normal life stuff. And I will see you guys next video. Peace.